Now, a quick PSA before going into today's video. This video was recorded the same day of this going live, but in the meantime of me editing it, there's been a lot of updates on CSGO's Twitter and of course CSGO updates in the game. CSGO has recently put out a test update. Now, this could be an operation, this could be an update overall. We are not sure. We have no idea whatsoever. I think it's going to be a case more so than an operation. Take everything with a grain of salt, and hopefully you guys enjoy today's video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a new case for CSGO in the summer of 2022 is on the horizon at any point in time. Well, where that's going to be coming from is a very big talking factor and pretty much just a very speculative point at this moment in time. Whether that's going to be from an upcoming operation, which a lot of people are hoping for, which I don't think is the most likely option. Well, the most likely option I see happening is kind of a standalone case, and whether that's in the Chroma 4 lineup, possibly a Chroma 4, or maybe a standalone case just on its own that gets released and is going to replace something in the active duty drop pool. And well, with that, in today's video, there's going to have to be some flashy skins in that case, and that's what we're taking a look at on the community workshop, looking at some of the best submissions we've seen this past year that could be in this next case, and also discussing the current primary drop pool cases. And well, with that, when a new case comes in, one of them has to get booted out, which is going to be very, very interesting for investors and people who maybe just want to buy into these or possibly sell them when they go up in price. And before we do so and hop into today's overview and commentary, here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey.
Hi you, yes you. Would you like to get $5 for free for your first trade? Just use skinsmonkey.com and get your extra skins. See description below to enjoy the special promotion and receive 5% cashback for trading your CSGO skins.
Now, before jumping into the skins, the biggest question I'm getting on YouTube recently, which I have made a video on, which case I think is going to get removed, the most likely one anyway right now, is obviously a big deciding factor between the 5 current cases that are in the active duty drop pool. And that is, of course, according to CSGO database and just CSGO in general, the Dreams and Nightmares case, which is the newest one, the Snakebite case, the Fracture case, Prisma 2, and the Clutch case being the most expensive, well, besides the Dreams and Nightmares case that is the oldest that's still in the active duty drop pool, and the most unboxed every single month. And with these 5 options, we're going to take a look at a chart recently from April 2022, which this information is still pretty valid. And this is, of course, the most unboxed cases. And being the most expensive one before the Dreams and Nightmares one came out, that is, of course, the Clutch case. This is at 40 cents, usually 35 to 40 cents in the Steam market the past couple months. And of course, this is the most unboxed. And this is because it has very rare gloves, really expensive gloves in it. And well, obviously it has a very high buy-in point, which could be maybe a flashy thing for some people. And the other cases on this list, like the Prisma 2 case, for example, 1.7 million, the Fracture case at 1.2 million, the Snakebite case at 2.8 million. So you have to look at the top 2 unboxed cases right here, right? And the Dreams and Nightmares is up there as well. These aren't going to get removed anytime soon. If you think about it from Valve's point of view and perspective as a company, why would they remove this right now? There's really no incentive for them to remove it. So that's something to take a look at and keep an eye on right there. That's why I don't think the Clutch case or really the Snakebite case, because it's so new, are going to get removed anytime soon. The most likely option I see in this situation is the Fracture case. A lot of people like TDM Jesus think the Shattered Web Knives are going to get chroma finishes, which yes, that eventually is going to come. Well, and that's a big deciding factor if they want to put that in an operation, which I don't know if they want to keep like something like that in an operation. They just haven't done something like that before, which that would be cool and all, but it'd be really, really weird to only have those knives in one case and being in an operation case. But let's just say it does happen. I think the Fracture case would get removed soon. If it didn't, the Prisma 2 is definitely getting out here very, very soon. It's going down, obviously, with people unboxing it every single month, and it's kind of just a waste of space, waste of money for Valve to keep it in the game when they could put something new in the game where people could box 10 times more than this possibly. And of course, on to these submissions. Some of these are going to be pretty old and some of these are going to be pretty new, but Valve at any point in time could, of course, put these in the new case. And the first one is going to be the Blood Moon. This was supposed to be in Dreams and Nightmares, but like I said, these could still be somehow submitted to something new, and that's what I want to take a look at. I can't believe this wasn't in Dreams and Nightmares, but this is a pretty cool AK. It looks like an Empress, and it also looks just like an Emperor for the M4A4. It's pretty cool. I feel like I like it a lot from the picture over here, but I don't know how I feel about it in game. It just looks kind of weird. It looks kind of off, but it is a really nice red AK, and I'm going to say yes, I think this does look pretty good. Next skin up is, of course, a Glock 18 skin, and right off the bat, I like how it looks, but it looks a little too flashy for CSGO. I don't know if some people can kind of relate to this and feel the same way. I just feel like it's too flashy. It seems more of like a Call of Duty skin or a texture pack you'd get in Minecraft for something that you'd get cheats for. I just, it feels too Halo-y, Call of Duty to put in CSGO. That's just my personal take on it, and for that, I'm going to say no. Our next AK up on this list is called the Spray Control, and this, of course, was supposed to be, I think, submitted for the Prisma case, because this is what it looks like over here, but this is a pretty interesting AK, and I think a lot of people would love this thing. I think for a pink, it's a little too low in rarity. I think this thing should be a red, in my personal opinion. Maybe add a little more texture to it, maybe make it a little more white and get rid of some of the green, but I think the green and black just looks so good with a little bit of white in there. Maybe do some reworks with it, but I just really like how this looks. The wear on it is pretty unique as well, and I think people that like green stickers especially would love this one. I think this would really fit into CS. This looks like a future skin, and I think we could see this in the future. And once again, let me know what you guys think of all these skins down below at the end, or which one's your favorite specifically and maybe your least favorite. But that one for sure, like to see in the CSGO the most. Our next skin up on this list is of course the Ghost Insects. I'm assuming this skin would be a blue. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about this one either. I feel like this is the same thing as the other Glock and has too much of a different kind of game feeling. I don't know what it is. Valve always seems to have the right deciding factor at the end, and this is not it. I don't know what it is, if it's the tree, but it just doesn't really look too good in CS. It looks too realistic, and I think there's a balance between realistic on weapons and kind of like a video game feel. And the other ones we talked about where it looks like a plasma rifle from, you know, something like Halo, for an example, this is like at the very end of being realistic. You need to somehow fit in the middle of those two, kind of like the AK we saw last time. Have a good mix between the two, and for that, I'm going to say no thanks, not interested. Now, our next up is, of course, the P90, but we don't get a whole lot of P90 skins in CS, and this is really unique. This is really interesting. This is really awesome overall, and this is called the Bob's Motorsport. I feel like they would change the name of this for some reason. I'm not sure why. This pretty much looks like AK Jet Set, but of course on the P90, and it looks really awesome and really unique. I would love to see this thing in the game. I think it looks really cool. It has a cool red feel into it, and I think maybe to go with that higher tier AK that we first checked out that was in Dreams and Nightmares, or something along the lines of that would look really good. Now, I wouldn't want this to be a red in a case. Now, I think one thing that's really interesting, one of the coolest things of this skin is, of course, the wear. This thing is really relatable, I think, in my opinion, to something like the Desert Hydra, where people would want to get a really high float on this to make it really rare, because obviously the stickers stand out, but the actual skin fades away, which looks so cool. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I'm going to say yes for this, obviously. Now, next up on our list is, of course, the Glock 18 Charged Up battery. So this is definitely one of the most unique Glock 18 skins on CSGO I've ever seen on the workshop and just in general. This looks like such a cool, unique CSGO skin, and I would honestly love this thing. It looks really awesome. It looks really cool, and I'd be really interested to see what people could do with sticker crafts on this. I think it just looks so cool. I'm not sure how the wear works, so what I'd love to see is, how does the wear work, right? Does the wear affect how these colors look at the very top, or does it affect the actual weapon itself? Just, that's something I'm interested in. Maybe if you get a really high float, it would be all green, for an example, or possibly all red, or vice versa if it was a low float. That'd just be something that's really unique to this skin, and that would set this Glock skin, I think, apart from any other thing in the game, but obviously only time would tell on this, because I don't really see any floats or whatnot on this. But this is definitely something I could see in the game, and I don't think this would be a blue or a light blue. I think this would maybe be minimum mil spec, and for that, I'm going to say yes. Now, the next skin up on this list, I've been eyeballing for the past little while. I've been really enjoying it, and this is one of the skins that made me want to make this video specifically, that we could possibly see in the next operation case or a case in general. And this Desert Eagle skin would give a lot of others a run for its money, or maybe look very similar. And this is, of course, this one specifically. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try to. It really would probably be very butchered. This looks like such a cool Deagle skin that I think would blow the Code Red out of the water. I think people would just go with this over the Code Red. This is like the Slate print stream type of thing for the Deagle. People would craft stickers on this, and I think this would maybe give something like even the Blaze for a run for its money. People would want to buy this over that because it would be more obtainable to the public, of course, but only time would tell. This actually might be one of my favorite Desert Eagles in all of CSGO at this moment in time. Let me know what you guys think of this one down below. And for that, I'm going to have to say yes. Now, our next skin up, a lot of pistols in this video, but you know, we have to include these, and these are some skins I just don't really see anymore in the game. That is, of course, the Glock Elite Space Combat. This is such a unique Glock in CSGO, like the other ones we've talked about. And this one, I think, is giving all the other ones a run for its money. This looks so cool. This looks like a Prince Stream and everything kind of combined in one for a sticker craft. It's the opposite effect of a slate, it feels like to me. And this is exactly what you'd want for a sticker craft. I would slap some Copenhagen Flames Hollows from 2021 on here and rock this thing all day, especially in that stack track condition. This just looks so clean. It looks like a modern kind of feel, right, with the actual Glock top and upper part itself, and then the actual grip just looks so clean, and everything else just looks so nice. This is definitely one of my favorite Glocks in the game if this were to get added. Let me know what you guys think down below of these. And I feel like we don't receive a whole lot of good pistols in CS anymore. I feel like they half-fast them nowadays, and that's why I want to give them some love in today's video. Now, with all these submissions being talked about and discussed that I've looked over in today's video, let me know your favorite and what you'd like to see in the next future case. And I also want to touch on what I would like not to see in the next case. I feel like recently we've received too many off weird skins in CS. We've received a lot of nice skins and good skins, just not on the right weapons in the game. I want to see skins like the sawed-off Apocalypto, for an example, but on actual weapons we would use on an everyday basis playing Counter-Strike. I would have loved to have seen that on a rifle in the game. Will that happen? I'm not sure. And I'd also like to cut back on maybe having a new op every operation, but I think that is inevitable at this point in time. Maybe put something like the M4A4 at the very top. That'd be very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.